Hey everybody, welcome back to Vinyl 101 with Kent. I know it's been a while, but today I had to post because today is Record Store Day. Record Store Day, for those of you who don't know, is held the third Saturday of every April, where exclusive releases are released specifically today at record stores across the world. You have to be ready to wait because this is a big day for vinyl collectors. You make your list early. The list of probably 300-400 records that are being released for today comes out in early March, so it gives everybody plenty of time to go through the list, find out, okay, do I need that? Do I need that? Or do I want that? Do I want that? Or no. So I went through my list and I found 4 or 5. I think it was 5 items that let me take that back. I found 3 items that I really wanted, and then there were 2 others that I kind of wanted. I wasn't really too sure about, but you know what? I got exactly what I wanted. I got the 3 musts on my record store day list, and yeah, I'm pretty freaking happy. So my day started at 4:30 a.m. That's right, 4:30 a.m., not p.m. at Stinkweeds Records. Again, this is a one-day event that happens once a year. So if you want to get what's on your list, you got to be there early and be prepared to wait. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in a long line. And by the time you get to the records, what you want may not be there, because these are limited releases, and each record store can only get so many of each release that's on the list. But since I was there at 4:30 this morning, which is what time I usually arrive every year, I was number 23 in line. I know, 23 at 4:30 a.m. It's pretty crazy, but that's what it takes. There were people actually camped out there starting at 2:30 yesterday afternoon. That's crazy. I can't do that. I gotta sleep in my own bed. But yeah. So again, I got the 3 musts on my record list, a record store day list, I should say. And I'm gonna go over each one of them and talk about them and why I specifically wanted them. And yeah. So the first item on my list was actually a 7-inch tribute album, or tribute record, really, by a super group, I guess is maybe the best term, called GBI. GBI is actually Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters and Nirvana, Charlie Benante of Anthrax, and the mighty Scott Ian of Anthrax. These guys have known each other for some time. They go back a long ways, but Dave Grohl has his own recording studio called 606 Studios, and Anthrax was recording their new record in Dave Grohl's studio, and so was Foo Fighters. They were doing the same thing, recording their new album. So Scott Ian contacted Dave Grohl, said, "Hey, let's get together. We're all in the studio. Let's put together something." And just so happens the lead singer of this song that they recorded, it's a band called Bad Brains. The lead singer is going through some health issues, so they decided, we want to do something to help raise money to help pay for his medical expenses. It's really cool. This is a cool song by Bad Brains. They're a punk band. I don't know a lot about them. I know a couple of their songs, but this is a great tune. It's kind of neat the way they did it. Dave Grohl, when he started he's a phenomenal drummer. He was a drummer for Nirvana and other bands that he's been in. And Charlie Benante of Anthrax is the drummer for Anthrax, but he records all other instruments on Anthrax albums and for other bands he performs with. But Scott Ian, he's the rhythm guitar player for Anthrax, the founding member, really, of Anthrax. But what was really cool is Charlie Benante played bass on this, which was really cool. And Dave Grohl plays drums, so it was really cool. Played drums and also sang. But what's even cooler about this one is all the proceeds, again, are going to charity to help pay for the medical bills for Bad Brains' lead singer. So it's a cool record featuring some cool musicians that I really like. But more importantly, it's going to charity. And you know me, I'm all for charity. So yeah, I can't wait to break this open. So again, this is GBI, and the song is The Regulator. So here we go. So the next record on my list was, I'm so happy I found this one, Tad's sophomore album, Infrared Riding Hood. I love Tad. Tad was I guess you would call him kind of a grunge metal band. Not necessarily Seattle grunge, but they are a phenomenal band. This is their sophomore album, and this is the first time it's ever been released on vinyl in the United States. I was fortunate; I got to see Tad twice when they were still around. The first was at this great bar called The Bottleneck in Lawrence, Kansas, and another was some festival. I don't even remember what it was called in Kansas City, Missouri. What was really cool about this band, though, is amongst their music is when they played, if you were showing it to be enjoying yourself and just having a great time and rocking out, they would hand out 6-packs of beers to people in the crowd. I happened to get a 6-pack of my own in the Bottleneck, but those are my older partying days, but I don't do that anymore. But anyway, enough of that. But so this is a phenomenal album. Tad is amazing as well. They've got this grunge, post-grunge sound, kind of a metal, but this is really cool. I'm so glad they released this for Record Store Day, and I got it. What's really cool also about this is there was a limited release of 1,100 copies. And what's also really cool is it's in a, let's see here. It's an aqua blue record. I haven't cracked these open yet, but it's an aqua blue record, and I just really can't wait to listen to this. I have the CD and I have it downloaded on my Apple Tunes account, but I just really cannot wait to get this. So that's Tad. Now, this record was the #1 record on my list this year. And I'm talking about Texas's very own At the Drive-In. Yes! I'm so happy I got this. This is At the Drive-In's sophomore record that came out in probably the early 90s, I think is when it came out. Yeah, late 1998 is when this came out. This record has been out of print on vinyl for a long time, probably over 10 years. I actually have a copy of the original vinyl release that came out. It was really cool. It came out on an opaque white vinyl. But these guys are really cool. They're just a good rocking band. Kind of also a bit of a punk, but really fun band to see live. I've fortunately never got to see them live. I've only seen live videos of them playing. But they just are really cool. It's really neat how they have kind of progressed their sound. Their first album was an album called Acrobatic Tenement, which was a really raw punk album. This is more of a rocky album. The next one, Mate Late, it's called Via. Excuse me, Via. Is another style like this, kind of rocky. And then their fourth album is One Arm Scissor. Just an amazing album. They speed it up. It's more of a metal tone. And then they released their final album about 5 years ago called Inter Allah. It's an okay album. It's got 3 or 4 great songs on it. The rest of it are kind of But I'm so happy I've got this. This has been one of my favorite bands for a long time, and this is probably one of my favorite albums of theirs. This one, let's see here. Some of the great songs on this are, I can't read. Napoleon Solo, just a great tune. Also, Alpha Centauri, just a great tune. What's really cool about this one is it is also released on a different color variation than your typical black record. This is in a purple green smoke vinyl color. All the pictures of the actual record on my Instagram page later, so anybody who views this can see that on my page. But yeah, at the drive-in, so happy I found this. This was the #1 item on my list, and I'm so glad I got it, I should say, because I was watching videos on YouTube all week, other record stores opening up their stock that they were getting through the mail, and nobody had this. But these stores I was watching, or watching, I should say, were in other parts of the country. Stinkweeds doesn't do that, which I'm kind of glad they don't, because I like the surprise, but I was getting scared because nobody had this except for one store, and they had one copy in their preview video. But anyway, at the drive-in, killer album, killer band. Yeah. So next, I'm going to go into 2 additional finds I purchased. These were not record exclusive, or I should say record store day exclusive records. The way Stinkweeds had it lined up is they had, and this is what they've done in the past years, is they've had all the record store day exclusives out and display in their parking lot in tents and shelves. And then after you finish and you purchase your items for record store day, you can go into the actual store and look at any other records that they have for sale. And I went in and I found 2 records. This is one I've been wanting to get. Came out last week. It's a punk trio or post-punk trio from Toronto called Metz. This is the album. It's a really cool album. I don't know a lot about them, but I heard one of their songs a couple of days ago and I really liked it. So I picked it up and I can't wait to crack this open. What's really cool about this is this is the first pressing of it, and I think they're only going to do a short run of it. But also it is on a white vinyl copy. So I'm really looking forward to getting to this. So yeah. But last but not least, for those of you who have watched my record stores in the past, you know I'm a metal guy, and while I was in the store looking around, I just thought, you know what, let's go take a look in the A section. Now, A, when you think about that, can be a lot of bands, but there's only one band that I was looking for, and that was the mighty Alice in Chains. Yes! Alice in Chains from Seattle, Washington. My opinion, the most important band to come out of Seattle in the late 90s or early 90s of the grunge era. But again, as I've said, I don't consider these guys grunge. I consider them metal. I love this band. I love this album. This is probably the 3rd variation of this album I have. This is this copy I have is a remaster version from the original tapes that the album was recorded on. So I can't wait to see what this one sounds like, if it's any different than the other variations I have. But yeah, so that's my record store day. It was a great day. I'm tired as hell. As you can imagine, I was up at 4 a.m. To be at Stinkweeds at 4:30. But I hope everybody had a great record store day. I hope you got out there and supported your local stores, because those are the people that help us and supply us our records. It's worth paying in a little extra couple bucks to them, because you go into a store that you go to all the time, they will talk to you about music. They'll help you find something. Hey, I saw you were looking at this. why don't you think about this band as well? They're really good. To kind of like these guys. They're influenced by them, or different types of things. You could talk music, talk concerts, whatever. But again, I hope everybody had a great record store day. I hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, and have a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.